Good morning, children. How are you all? I'm starting off with the first standard science. Today we'll be doing air. Children, do you know what is air? Have you all seen air? No. Can you see air? Air, we cannot see air. What is air first of all? Air is a natural resource which we cannot see. We can see or we can feel air, but we cannot see air. Air is all around us. We are filled, this atmosphere is filled with air. So without air we cannot live. All the living beings, we need air. You just close your doors like this and be like this for some time. What happens? You will not be able to breathe. You try to do that. If you close your nose and be like that for some time, you cannot breathe. Why you cannot breathe? Because you are not taking in air. So because you are not taking in air, you cannot breathe. So what is the thing in that way? So only when you have air we can breathe. Otherwise we get suffocation. All living beings need air to live. Without air we cannot live. Even the plants cannot live without air. So air, you just blow yourself. Blow yourself on your hand. What happens? You can feel the air moving. So wherever you are blowing, the direction of the air is being felt in that area. So what is that? You can feel air, but you cannot see air. You cannot smell. No sight of the air. So air is only can be felt. So, and also air is everywhere. Air is filled in the atmosphere. And what happens when the air, what are the necessities for air? With air is required for burning. When you take a candle and light a candle and keep it there, what happens? That will be burning. But when you cover that candle with the glass, the air goes out. The flame of the candle goes out. Why is it? Because air is not there. If air is not there, the flame goes out. So air has weight. Air has weight. And then air is also occupies the space. Air is everywhere. So here what happens, I'll tell you. First thing, all living beings need air. What is the first thing, children? Air. All living things need air. What are all the living things here? We can say human being, who is this human beings? We, you, I, mother, father, we all are human beings, isn't it? So human beings need air to breathe. Then who else need air to breathe? Animals. Animals also are living beings, isn't it? It has life in them. Animals have life. That is why animals eat, move. So they are also living beings. So animals. Then plants. Plants. What are plants? Plants are the small plant which is grown in pots or trees which is grown in the ground. So even that, plants are also living things. If you don't water the plant will die. In the same way, if you don't if the plant is not given air, the plant will also die. How is it? All living things need air to breathe. What is it? First thing I told you, human beings, how it is required. Just close your doors. What happens? You can't breathe because air is not going into your nostrils. So you cannot breathe. Same way animals also, same thing. And plants also. How can you show this for the plant not having air? Supposing you have a plant over here. Now you have got a plant here. What happens here? You cover this with a bottle. You cover this with a jar or a glass or something. What will happen after some time? This will become, it will die. The plant will die. It will bend. The plant will die. So here what is here? You are covering this with a jar. When you are covering this plant with a jar, and after some days if you see, the plant would have died this way because you are not providing the plant with the air. So that is why the plant dies. In this way we can show that the plant needs air. Second one, we cannot see air. What is the second point? We cannot see air, but we can only feel air. What is it? We cannot see air, but we can only feel the air. Then the third one, moving air is called wind. This moving air, the moving air which is moving slowly, smoothly and not very strong. So that kind of wind is, air is called, wind. What is wind? It's a slow moving air. It is not very strong. The air is not very strong. So that kind of air is called wind. When the air is becoming more stronger, it is called storm. What happens when the air is very strong? When strong wind, heavy wind blows, what happens? All the tree will bend and the wire will get disconnected and all such things. You can see when there is heavy rain and storm, during that time you can see all the trees being uprooted on the roadside. And some trees just fallen and broken up. So this kind of strong wind is called a storm. Do you understand what is a wind and what is storm? Here wind is very smooth, very light. This wind. So here the wind, when the wind is very heavy and stronger, it is called storm. Next, we can see what are the necessities, what are the uses of this air. With air what you can do? we can fly kite. With air, kites can be flown up. Okay? See, with air what happens? When you fly a kite, the kite flies up and the air helps the kite to move further up and it starts flying up with the help of air. And also we can sail, ships can sail on the sea. Ships can sail on the sea. Air is helping the ship to move forward. It pushes the ships forward for it to move. So in this way we can see the air is helping the ship to sail. Yeah, let me repeat this once again. Who all requires air? All the living beings, human beings, animals, plants require air. Where is air? Air is everywhere. First, second one, I will give you here. Air is everywhere. Where is air, children? Air is everywhere. All, it is surrounded. We are surrounded by air. We are living in this air. Then, can we see air? No, we cannot see air. But we can only feel air. How can you feel air? When you blow yourself on your hand, you can feel the air moving. Then, what is this wind? Moving air is called wind. When air is stronger, when the air is very light and not very strong, it is called wind. But when the air is stronger, it is called a storm. What happens during the storm? The trees bend or sometimes uprooted, and then the clothes get flown away. When you put the clothes for drying, what happens? The clothes will fly away. If you don't put a clip on that cloth, it will fly away. And what happens after that? Yeah. Then with air, kites can also be flown in the sky. How can you fly a kite? With the help of air. Then ships can sail on the sea. Here the ships can sail on the sea. When the ship is moving, when the air is there, the air pushes the ship. So it becomes easier for the ship to move on the sea. So did you understand this, children? I will give you more examples of this. So now I have told you, children, with air what all you can do? The paper will fly away, the clothes fly away, and the leaves which is there on the ground fly away because of the wind. It carries away the wind, carries away all those things. Then I told you we can fly kites with air, then ships will sail. And now we are going to see the strong winds can turn the arms of a windmill. What is a windmill? See, this windmill is like this way. This is a windmill, and if air is blown, what happens? This will turn very fast. It will turn. So with strong wind, what happens? This windmill will also turn. It turns the windmill. Now children, I would like to show you an activity. Then the next point is that air occupies space. Air occupies space. There is nothing, isn't it? There's a space all around us. So air is everywhere. That is occupying space. I can show you an example. I can show you an activity how it is occupying a space. Now you see here, this is an empty balloon, isn't it? This is an empty balloon which is plain, which is flat. It's a flat balloon. There is nothing inside this. Now when I blow air, when I do that, what is it? Air is coming out. So that air, when I put into this balloon, see what happens. It's flat, isn't it? It's flat. Is there air inside? No, there is no air inside. Now when I blow, what's happening? It is become bigger, isn't it? Now, pause it. See children, what has happened to this balloon? In the beginning, the balloon was flat. When I blew air into this balloon, the air which is gone inside, the space which is there inside this balloon has been occupied by what? By air. So, what is inside this? This is air inside this. So, what can we know that? We can know that air occupies space. In the beginning, there is space, only space in this balloon. But when we blew air into it, the air is gone into it and it is blocked by this balloon. Now when I release this air out, you see what happens when I release the air out. See, air has gone out. And what? Air has escaped out. Now it has become flat. So, this shows that air occupies space in this balloon. So next thing is that, one more thing, air has weight. Next point is that air has weight. How can we show that air has weight? Now you take two football. One football which is got air inside that, and another football which is flat, which you're not taking. So when you put it on weight, on a balance, when you put that on a balance, the air will go down. I will show you these activities of this balloon and one more activity in the next class. Okay children? For now you just understand this. I will repeat this once again to you. So when we put both the balloons, what happened? The balloon which is the football which has got weight, air inside, will go down. In this way we can show that the air is having weight. And next one also I have told you, we can feel air. I told you, hold your breath for some time. Do we feel air? We cannot. So air is needed for plants and animals. I have told you that in the beginning also. Next one is that, 10th one. Air is needed for burning. Air is needed for burning. How can we show this? We can light a candle and keep it for some time. The candle burns. But when you close the candle with the air, what happens? The flame goes out. In this way, it shows that air is required for burning. Did you understand, children? I hope I'll read once again. Air is all around us. Where is air? Air is all around us. Can we see air? We cannot see air, but we can only feel air. So what is the smooth moving air called? The moving air is called wind. When the air is more stronger, it is called storm. Then what happens? Air fills the space. Then air has weight. Air is necessary for all living beings. Without air, we cannot live. We will all die without air. So we need air to breathe in. Then air is necessary for burning. Do you understand, children? I will give you some hard words and you repeat the hard words along with me. Okay? Rose. Yes. How many minutes are you?
21.
All right.
Shall I on? On.
What?
Shall I on?
Wait. I just mark this so that I can write it down. Mark and you have to search for the words. So now, I hope you understood all that I will explain to you. I will show you the more of the activities in the next class. For now, I will be giving you hard words. We'll go through these hard words that I am giving you. First one, around. The first one is around. A-R-O-U-N-D, around. A-R-O-U-N-D, around. Then second one, moving. Moving. Second one is moving. M-O-V-I-N-G, moving. M-O-V-I-N-G, moving. Third, wind. Third one is wind. W-I-N-D, wind. W-I-N-D, wind. Fourth one, windmill. Windmill. So fourth one, windmill. W-I-N-D-M-I-L-L, windmill. W-I-N-D-M-I-L-L, windmill. Fifth one, field. F-E-F-E-E-L, field. F-E-E-L, field. Then, next, sixth one, space. S-P-A-C-E, space. S-P-A-C-E, space. Weight. W-E-I-G-H-T, weight. W-E-I-G-H-T, weight. living, living things, living things, L-I-V-I-N-G, living, T-H-I-N-G-S, things, L-I-V-I-N-G, living, T-H-I-N-G-S, things. The ninth one, breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H-E, breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H-E, breathe. Tenth one, burning, B-U-R-N-I-N-G, burning, B-U-R-N-I-N-G, burning. I'll repeat these words once again. You see the way I'm pronouncing the words to you, and you learn it in the same way. A-R-O-U-N-D, around. A-R-O-U-N-D, around. M-O-V-I-N-G, moving. M-O-V-I-N-G, moving. W-I-N-D, wind. W-I-N-D, wind. W-I-N-D-M-I-L-L, windmill. W-I-N-D-M-I-L-L, windmill. F-W-E-L, field. F-W-E-L, field. S-P-A-C-E, space. S-P-A-C-E, space. W-E-I-G-H-T, wait. W-E-I-G-H-T, wait. L-I-V-I-N-G, living. L-I-V-I-N-G, living. T-H-I-N-G-S, things. Breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H-E, breathe. B-R-E-A-T-H-E, breathe. B-U-R-N-I-N-G, burning. B-U-R-N-I-N-G, burning. These are the words, children. I will be giving you this in the WhatsApp. You have to write them in your classworks and send it to me on WhatsApp. Thank you, children. And I will show you the more of the activities in the next class also. Thank you, children.